Wake from the lies that plagued me. Need to remove my enemies. What is there left to know? Again, I will never be long. Again, suffice to say I'm lost in the moment. Helping to make the world become my place. Despite the silence in my sight, lay the black sky persuading its words. Again, I will never be long. Again, again, I will never be long. Again,
You know it seems to real before my very eyes. I can't help but to feel and tell you it's a lie.
I will never look back in the back face. I will never look back in the back face. I will never look back in the back face. Never look back in the face. Your face. Your face. Your face. Again, I will never be long. Again, again, I will never be long. Again.
And that's my cue. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, One Man Riot. What's the name of that song? Belong. I don't know where they are. I really don't. Wish I did, because they kicked ass. I really like their stuff. That's why we still play it. So yeah, even if your band is not doing their thing, I'm trying to adjust levels and shit while I'm talking to you. Like I said, we are nothing but professional here at Rev's Local Rock Show. But yeah, One Man Riot, they were out for a little while, a couple years ago, and then disappeared. Didn't hear anything from them. But we get that a lot. Some of these bands drop some music, get all excited, wanting us to announce them. We do. And they disappear. Rip Van Woebegone. They're another band that I really liked, and then they disappeared. As a matter of fact, we're going to be playing their Christmas song they sent us a couple years ago. Love that song. It is. It's a Christmas tune. It's a heavy metal Christmas tune. Love it. Love it. And I love you. I really appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting these local acts from all around the country, all around the world. And it would be even better if you go out there and support your local clubs. I know here in North Carolina, we get a lot of clubs that are closing down over the last few years. And it's a shame because these venues are awesome. But, if they're not getting the people in there to pay the bills, kind of hard to keep the doors open. Because a lot of these clubs, they don't serve food. It's not that. It's out of breath. It's strictly showcasing the music, and lots of beer and alcohol, liquor, all that good stuff. So, if you're going to spend $50, $80, $100, $200 to some of these national act shows, I know it could be exciting to meet the band. That's what I think of them. That you hear on the radio all the time, when you're younger. But, once you get a little bit older, trust me, you go to some of these clubs, a lot of the best bands that I have found and have gotten into were by accident. I just happened to be downtown. Either we had an early show or I was down there for something else. I'm actually down there going to see, another band. And I'm just walking by the dive bar when that was open. Or, shit. The hell's the other one? Kings. Or Southland Ballroom. And you hear some cool music come out of there. you walk in, and like I said, some of the best bands that I've seen by accident, that we play in here. This is how far back I go with some of these bands. The Fifth, Automag, which we haven't played in here in a long time, but I don't know why. But Aittala. Who else? Because it doesn't matter. You get my point. I go and I check these bands out. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. There's nothing like going in and watching a local act. And you're spending a fraction of the money that you would be if you went out. Go out, you download your Spreaker app onto your phone, listen to the show while you're getting ready to go out, bring it into your car, plug it into your car, listen to the show while you're on the way downtown, whatever downtown you're at. Call your buddies, your girls, whatever, have them meet you down there. You're still listening to the Rev's Local Rock Show, of course. And there's nothing like you go down, you hang out, you have a couple beers, and you listen to some killer music. You're not dealing with mega crowds. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get a nice little packed club, because there's nothing like the energy in a club when you got a high energy band playing and the crowd gets it, and they're giving that energy back to that band, and you can just feel it in that room. I've been part of shows like that. I've been on the stage, and I can't help but let out an energy. It's just in my blood. I can't go up there and just be a limp dick. I got to go up there and just have a blast. I love doing it. And you throw the energy out there to the crowd, and most of the time you give it back. Sometimes you get a dead crowd, and there's nothing you can do about it. You still do what you do. There's no point in getting discouraged. You put on your show and have a good damn time up there. Pretend. Shoot, man. You're up there with your boys or your girls, whatever. Work off their energy if you're not getting it back from the crowd. Fuck them. You're there to showcase your tunes, man. There might be 50 people in there. 20 of them like you, and they're getting into it. 10 of them even. 5 of them. Shit, man, that's good. Rock out. Do it. But yeah, I'm not going to preach a lot tonight, because did I mention that I'm not going to do a full 2 hours? I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Oh, yeah, well, F you, and you're way too damn loud.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you too, Charlie. Sorry, man. Yeah, we're only doing an hour, maybe a little more. Sorry. All right, I get it. Oh. Those damn kids are back, too. What the hell? So, yeah. I got plans with my son tonight. So, yeah, y'all kiss my ass. I'll make it up to you. We're definitely doing 2 hours next week. Like I said, I always mention it, but, the chat room's in there, but no one ever uses it. We don't use it. It's kind of fizzled out. I'm never in there. Like I said, unless someone pops their head in that I even want to deal with. I'm just kidding. I like y'all. I actually got an email saying I sound a little condescending when I talk, or I thought it was funny. Kind of a jackass. I think it was somebody from Spreaker that has another show, because I talk a lot of shit about some of the shows. They're not good. Some of these guys that host it, I'm sorry, but even in something stupid like this, in a podcast, whatever you want to call it, radiocast, radio net. I like that, radio net. You got to have timing, and you got to have a sense of, the mood of your show. You got to be able to, kind of feel what's going on out there. One thing it did take me forever is because you're in here, you're in a studio, mixing boards, all that good shit. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you got someone in here with you, but it's mostly just you. And you have to picture. I got great advice from a radio broadcaster that said you have to focus, like put up a poster or a picture of something and focus on that picture and talk to that picture, because it's really hard to just sit here and talk to a microphone, especially if you're in music. Like me, I'm a front man, And I'm used to having a microphone and projecting myself out to a crowd that I can see. I have to do that same thing and kind of give that same energy, but to a crowd I can't see. You know, sometimes there's no crowd, but I have to imagine it in my head that there's a big crowd out there. You know, most of our listens come from archives. People go to our archive. Most people go to our archives, and listen to the show whenever, and that's cool. As long as they're listening, I don't give a shit. I love it when we have live listeners. That's spectacular. And there's been nights we've had, a bunch of listeners. And the reason when I know we have a bunch of listeners is I get emails during the show, which is cool. And I get to check out the emails and answer emails during the show. But one of them was, I kind of sound dickish when I'm on air. Well, maybe I do. And it's kind of my persona. I'm a nice dude, but I'm pretty straightforward. I'm one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Believe it or not, I am one of the nicest guys that you'll meet. Oh, shut up. I am. Yeah. All right. But like I said, you put yourself almost in a character. Like I don't talk like this when I'm just having a regular conversation with you. It's almost like a broadcasting voice that has evolved over. I've been doing this for off and on over 5 years. Started off on another station and kind of evolved to this, to a nice big studio, and got all this shitty equipment that works about half the time, but hey, it is what I have a blast doing it, and everything's evolved. Even my persona. You go back and listen to some of my old rock talk. What the hell is it called? What the hell is that damn station called? Blog Talk Radio. Go back and listen to that stuff. Totally different than what you hear right now. Totally different. But it is what it is, And if you don't like me, then, fuck off. Don't listen to the show. If you get mad because I make fun of your show, get better. Because you do suck. Some of these shows are a lot better produced than I am and actually have producers, it sounds like, or actually know what the hell they're doing on the other side of the microphone. But then, they think they can get on the microphone and do it too. And they can't. They're not good. They're not good at all. And they don't play shit like this. They don't play awesome music like The Fifth. Erase Me. They just don't do it.
Think you can just erase me, push me aside, spit me